up, I have to ask the eye. Obviously, it's a blessing that we met here in Ethiopia, in the land. I believe that I is nearing the end of this trip, this pilgrimage, I can say. I want to ask, why Ethiopia of all places, and can I tell us a bit about the importance of Ethiopia for the whole world as well?
Ethiopia is the beginning of time. And if you are a being on this earth, you must take the journey from Addis to Lalibela and see the beginning of time. See the greatness of people. See how it was. The spirituality, the love, the friendship, the embracement of the people, the smiling faces of the youths that don't have anything. When you see those images, as we spoke of, the images shape our reality. The image is the message. So for me, seeing those images, it was certainly a message that I truly wanted to see. Akabeka, who formerly known as Midnight, he said, the journey to Lalibela is a must. And when I took the journey, you see why it is a must. Because it takes you right to the beginning of time. And looking at the smiling faces of people that are going through a lot of hard situations, but yet the warmth, the love, the embracement of these people is wonderful. It's wonderful. Because many people over the world have a great deal and yet they do not show the happiness of the people. Lalibela is a very, very special place. Ethiopia is a very special place. The warmth I felt from the people here is tremendous.
Truly. And obviously that I visited Lalibela. Is there anywhere else that really stood out to the eye while on the road here in Ethiopia?
Oh, many other places. But because it's my first time here, I'm not able to remember all the names, and I don't want to say the names and mispronounce the names. But what I will say is this: there are many places in Lalibela that I have visited, and I have to say, the same warmth. The same warmth. Very embracing.
Listen. And what would I say to anybody who's maybe preparing to make like a similar pilgrimage to the Promised Land?
Oh, you have to do it. You have to do it and enjoy it to the fullness. Enjoy it to the fullness. Because I've learned a lot from the things I've seen, the images that I've seen. The warmth can uplift you in a way where you might not have get that upliftment somewhere else in the world. You know, the fact that the Ethiopians built the pyramids would tell you something about their knowledge, their culture, their wisdom, their understanding, their friendship, and their warm vibration. Yeah.
Yes, truly, truly. So we give thanks for the time, for the reasoning. There's many more things I'm sure we could reason about. Let me ask, where can people go to find the album and support the iWorks?
Well, I'd like the brothers and sisters just to give me a short time. My Hotmail, as you know, is on the album, so you can put it up as you wish. But when I return to the UK, on the day that I return to the UK, the Hotmail will be activated. So if you want to give me a Hotmail message, you will be able to. So when you finish this interview and you look at the record sleeve or so on and so forth, you will see the Hotmail thing on there, and you can contact me that way.
Yes, sir. So we'll seal up quickly. Let me ask, we've spoken about the vision and the inspiration behind the album, the Fornication. Could you tell us, like, obviously there's a few different musicians featured. Could you tell us a little bit about like the making of the album? Where was it recorded, etc.?
Part of the album was recorded initially in my studio, LM Records, and then we went to another studio to put live drums, live bass guitar, rhythm, lead, and so on. Now, I am truly humble and honoured by the musicians that are on there, because these are some of the best musicians in the world. I'm talking about Richard Carey, also known as Richard Anthony Smith, also known as Bantan, as I call him, because I've known him for nearly 45 years. We've been brethren, so lovely brethren, love him to the max. We were talking about Huey Azacha. From you hear that name, you must know Huey Azacha. He was a 15-year-old boy or younger in Channel 1 studios in Jamaica. He's not who he has backed, he's who he hasn't backed. We're talking about Rim Bim, one of the best drummers in the world. We're talking about Stewie Love. Oh, these musicians, if you spend 5 minutes in the studio with them, you see how talented they are. You see them do some things and you think to yourself, oh, I haven't seen talent like that before. You know, Huey Azacha is playing bass, he's playing rhythm guitar, he's playing lead guitar. Stewie Love is playing lead guitar. You've got Richard Carey on keyboard, you've got Rimbim on drums, you've got Rimbim on percussions. But they helped to make the album what it is. And I thank them dearly, because it's truly, truly, truly appreciated. I always say to them, I'm just a brother from down the road. They said, no, you're not. I said, look, I'm just a brother from down the road compared to the talent that they have. Very, very talented musicians. And I'm truly honoured that they're on the album. Yeah? Rastafari, Almighty God.
Rastafari. Yes, family, so be sure to check out the album, The Fornication. Like I said earlier, it has a very roots feel. It feels like it could have been recorded even back in those times of Junior Marvin and, you know, some of the real roots pioneers. Before we seal up, I'm going to ask one last question for the eye. Obviously, I've only met the eye very briefly here in Addis, but I feel like the eye is a very humble soul, and I feel like the eye has got a very strong and unique vibration and a very important message to share with the people. So is there any last thing that I would like to share with the people listening and watching right now?
Well, I would say this. I'm not better than anyone, but I certainly am different. But what I say to the people, just try and be the best you can be. Just try to be the best you can be. It doesn't mean that you think you're better than anybody. It just means that you're different. Learn from your interpretations. Question your interpretations. The images that you see, the things that you think. Don't be afraid to think for one person instead of following the masses. If you have a thought and you think truly that thought is right and you've analysed that thought, my sentiment is to go with it. Because sometimes you can follow this person who's following somebody else, who's following somebody else, who's following somebody else. It doesn't necessarily mean that it's right. It means that you're a follower, not a leader. So I'll just try to say, be the best you can be. But also be true to yourself. You know, don't let, if you have goodness within your heart, don't let people dictate to you how you should think or how you should act. Because then you become what they want you to be. Keep your meditation. It is said, the more time you spend on your own, the more knowledgeable you become. And there is a lot of truth in those thoughts. Yeah. Rastafari, Almighty God, let's answer the first.
Rastafari, give thanks for the reasoning, give thanks for the works.
Yes,
thanks for the knowledge.
Yes, I am. Rastafari. I'm honoured.
It's an honour to have the eye on the programme and to meet the eye. Enjoy timing just before you fly.
Yes.
We hope to see the eye on the land again very soon.
Yes, I want to reach back here because I want to see my good bridge in Tensai over here. I spend a lot of time with Tensai, and he's truly a humble and honourable man. Yeah. You know, it's refreshing to meet some good people, because there are still good people in the world. There is. You just have to be careful of who you embrace, who you let into your aura, who you let inspire you or guide you or show you certain things. You know, My mum used to say, show me your friends and I'll tell you who you are. And this is very important saying. Very, very important saying. Because if you accept negatives for people that you hang around with, well then you're really going to pick up that negatives. Again, images shape our reality. Rastafari. The Lord's name is light.
Protect at all costs. Your mic today. Protect at all costs. Your mic today. Yeah.